Welcome back to episode 8 of my Toyota Land Cruiser project. In case you've missed the last episodes, this is an imported Toyota Land Cruiser that I put on top of a 4th gen 4Runner chassis. This episode is all about the interior. This episode begins in the future. I'm currently sitting in the finished interior of this truck, and I wanted to start this episode here just to give a little bit of context. I have no background training in sewing or upholstery or anything, so throughout this episode I'm doing a little bit of learning as I go. The background I do have, back in high school and middle school I was pretty big into fashion, and I was sewing and making a lot of my own clothes. So I do know how to sew, but this was a lot more advanced than anything I've ever done in the past. And a lot of firsts here, a lot of attempts and reattempts to get it where it is. So I really hope you enjoy this episode. It was a ton of effort to put this interior together. I'm sure anyone that's ever owned a 70 series is probably looking inside here and it does not look familiar. So this is a 2004 4Runner dashboard, center console, and these are Audi R8 seats. And all the factory trim pieces that are 70 series have been reupholstered. Yeah, I'm really stoked with how it came out. We're going to rewind in time. I'm going to just play the footage, and I hope you enjoy. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming back. And I hope you enjoy this episode. This is by far the most complicated dashboard I've ever tried to upholster. So I made these templates and they look a little crazy, but they're actually relatively straightforward. I wrote lots and lots of notes on them to help me keep track of where these panels go and what I need to do to them. But this piece and this piece are separate and they'll be top stitched and sewn together. So there will be a seam here, but I'll do a French seam and make it look really pretty. Doing it in multiple panels like this should help it kind of conform to the dash. Whereas if I try to stretch one big piece of material, I think I'd end up with lots of excess material in some areas and not enough material in other areas. These templates are done, so next step is to transfer these paper templates onto my actual material and start cutting things out.
About my e.s.p. Come and listen to me, baby. And I'll tell you what I see. E.s.p. E.s.p. I can tell you where you're going. I can tell you where you've been. I can tell you where the road stops. And I can tell you where it ends. E.s.p. E.s.p. Everybody's wondering about my e.s.p. You can listen to me, baby. What you won't like, what you see. E.s.p. 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 E.s.p.
I've been working on the steering wheel here, getting it reupholstered. I mounted a spare steering column I had in the vise just to make it a little bit easier to work on. I started off by cutting off the factory upholstery and using it as a template to make myself a new cover out of the matching brown that matches the dash. I'm going to use a different style stitch, and I'm not sure what it's called. I'll put it on the screen, but you run a top stitch with the sewing machine around the whole perimeter, as you can see. And then when you stretch it around, you just pull from one stitch to the second stitch back and forth in a zigzag, and it looks nice. I think it looks better than this stitch, which is sort of like a baseball stitch. So different stitch, as well as I put in a little line in the top, like a little, you know how race cars have. So that's a little black suede line. And to accommodate for this seam, I ground in some grooves. That way the bulk on the bottom sits flat and you don't feel like a little lump where that excess material is. So we're going to start off by getting this glued on, just so it doesn't whiskey grip and spin around. And then we'll hand stitch the seams after that.
Well, she knows just how to speak, and she does it like a lady, and she knows just what she wants. If she don't get it, she goes crazy. If she don't get it, she goes crazy. That's how she is. Well, she walks so petite, and she's something like a lady, and her voice so soft and sweet. And you ask her, she says maybe. Yes, you ask her, she says maybe. That's how she is.
Sometimes I feel just so low in everything is trouble me. I can't seem to find a place to turn. Can't seem to find any place to go. Once in a while I meet a few people. It's their love acting very nice. They try to give me some advice on maybe how to act, on maybe how to rock, on maybe how to talk. They think they know where it's at. They think they can make a rock. People always telling me how to act. Don't wanna hear from them. Once in a while I meet a new girl. She looks so fine. I make my bed. I try my lunch. She looks at me and says, girl says I can't help her. The girl says she can't be teased by me. She says she can't be pleased by me. The girl tries to tell me how I should act. Gonna cry me a river of tears. Model sheet for payment, baby. A hidden lonely year. Got up this morning and the sky looks black. My baby's gone and she won't come back. Don't feel like living, but I don't feel like dying. And thinking it'll only catch me crying.
So the shop is crazy. It's a mess. I've got so many things going on at once right now, but I've been trying to finish up the interior, all the little odds and ends like the HVAC plumbing, wiring up the dome light, wiring up the seats, getting the seats mounted. All that little stuff took quite a bit of time, but the final thing I need to do on the interior is to install a new head unit. I was originally going to keep the factory Toyota stereo. I kind of like the look of OEM stereos. I think they're just kind of clean and OG looking, but I just decided the rest of the interior feels super nice sitting in there, and it feels pretty modern, just considering. So I got a new head unit, and this is the Atoto X10. And just to be totally transparent, they did send this to me, so thank you very much. It's also very nice, thank you. I get quite a few emails from people wanting to send me stuff, and most of it I decline. It's just kind of like weird gizmos and gadgets and things, but this is a product I actually think is good. It's got CarPlay, all the stuff you'd expect, and it also has more RAM than my laptop, which I thought was kind of captivating. So we're gonna open this up, check it out, get it installed, and yeah, so I'll leave a description or a link to this in the description, but we're gonna get it installed. It is pretty bougie looking. I've never had Apple CarPlay in any of my cars before, so this is kind of exciting. As well as the stereo, it comes with a box full of, you know, like the GPS and the wiring harnesses and all that. So get this Mad Larry installed here. Actually, first, we're gonna peel off this plastic. It'll be satisfying. Okay, that probably wasn't as satisfying as I could have made it, but sure is shiny. Oh shoot, I also missed it on the camera, sorry. That's what it looks like.
It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. My time turns to day, bedtime turns to night. But that's when I need your loving, baby. That's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright.
I got the head unit all installed, so I'm gonna give you a quick little tour of what it looks like and how it works. But it's pretty convenient. It seems to automatically connect to Apple CarPlay pretty fast, which I appreciate. It's kind of annoying having to like sit and wait for it to connect for a while, but as you can see, it seems to connect pretty fast. It's pretty nice having Spotify pulled up here conveniently. This song, by the way, is Powerful Man by Alex G. Probably one of my favorite Alex G songs. But with that, the rest of this interior is fully done for the most part. I'm missing a couple little trim pieces right here and on the steering wheel, but otherwise it's fully complete, fully furnished. So this is a 4Runner dash, Audi R8 seats, all custom upholstery. I'm pretty stoked with how it turned out. Some of the cool stuff about the 4Runner interior, there's like this flip out tray, big center console, which I know is a big thing with 70 series. People building aftermarket center consoles seems like a pretty common thing. So to have a nice factory one is nice. Other convenient things, I wired up the dome light, and that opens, or that turns on and off with the doors as well, which I think is nice. Yeah, the steering column is tilt as well as extendo, so it extends. These seats are also power, as well as power recline, and they also move up and down, seriously, like 4 or 5 inches. I'm pretty tall and it's pretty snug in here, so I don't know if somebody really short wanted to ride in here, you can move it around how you like, but yeah, I'm really stoked with how this came out, and this is finished, which just feels really good. But yeah, so thank you Atoto for sending me this. Yeah, I'm gonna play some beauty shots and then we're gonna say goodbye, so yeah, see you then.
Davey broke the law again. Heard this time he's going to the pen. Guess I didn't eat my lunch, 'cause I was gonna miss him a whole bunch. Maybe he was out of line, but he was still a pretty close friend of mine. Maybe he had hurt me bad, but a brother is a brother, and that is that. Mom's in a mood this week, 'cause she thinks her went in for a hug, then it bit her on the cheek. That was pretty funny to me, but I guess I should have more sympathy. I ain't never raised a kid, but I bet I'd do a good job if I did. Had a dream about a promised land, walking around with a big gun in my hand. And when I look you in the eye, you're gonna tell me that you love me and hold me tight, 'cause you know that I have no fear. Ain't gonna walk into the river and disappear.
Thanks for tuning into this episode. I'm really stoked with how the interior came out. I hope you guys like it as well. If not, I hope you at least enjoyed the video. That was a ton of effort, and it's not really my forte. I really enjoy sewing, but I by no means know what I'm doing with any of this. So keeping that in mind, I'm really stoked with how it came out. There's a couple things I want to redo. I'm probably going to try again on the steering wheel. The pattern just got a little weird and doesn't fit the way I want it to, but other than that, I'm stoked. It looks really nice. This truck is really coming together, and I expect to get it finished up in the next couple episodes. So the weather's getting a little nicer here, and hopefully in the next episode or two, you'll see this thing out ripping around. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Atoto, for sending me that. Much appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. And all the nice comments and things. Thank you.